many coaches are really paying attention to you when you're just a guy who just started out there? Is this a good place to develop? Are you running the risk of being injured because you're just going to war every day versus a small gym where you get individualized attention and people are really paying attention to you? But then it's like, which small gym? Like every small gym is different. Some small gyms are really good. Yeah. Some small gyms, the guys are on point. They have a deep well of knowledge and they can really coach you. Some small gyms, the guy's kind of out of his league. And, you know, he's bringing guys to the UFC and giving them shitty. I mean, you see guys in the corner give shit advice, and you hear this guy like, he's not giving any technical advice at all. This dude is like, he's doing things, he's making mistakes, and he's not getting any coaching. He's getting like, go out there and fucking win. Go out there and kick his ass. Like, what? He doesn't. Yeah. Don't you think he already knows that? He knows that already. So that's a bad small gym. You know, it's really finding the right place. And finding the right place is so crucial. It's so crucial. And finding the right training partner is so crucial.
Yeah, I think the key, honestly, is training partners. You have to have the right guys that really care for you. Because I've been at gyms where guys really don't care if you win or lose. But if you have that family feel where they're going to be in the gym for you no matter what, and they're going to push for you, and they're going to watch your opponent and give you that opponent's look. Like in bigger gyms, if I'm a UFC fighter and you're a UFC fighter, you're telling me I'm fighting Wonder Boy. And in my smaller gym, I had every single one of my 5 guys that I've trained with, all of them try to give me that Wonder Boy look. They're all paying attention to what he does. Hey, I think he does this extra. In a bigger gym, they're like, I'm not a karate guy. I'm going to give you what I got. Like, you want this or not? I got to get paid too, like, unless you're going to pay me for it. But that's what I love about the smaller gyms is because I fought Damian Maia. I didn't have one black belt in my gym. I didn't have one black belt that was helping me push or grapple. So I had the mindset of, I have great wrestlers that I'm training with. Every single one of my guys is a great wrestler. So, all right, well, let's just not hit the ground. Let's just push my wrestling so hard that he's going to tire himself out trying to take me down. So I don't have to overthink it, the situation. When I fought Wonder Boy, I've been in camp with Anthony Pettis when he fought Wonder Boy. I've been in camp with Woodley when he fought Wonder Boy. And Woodley brought in Sage Northcutt. Anthony Pettis was using Mike Biggie Rhodes, and they have that karate style. But for me, then I asked Anthony, like, so do you think I should bring somebody in? He's like, honestly, just watch this tape. It was I forgot who it was. It was a kickboxer that fought Raymond Daniels, and he like lit him up. And he's like, watch
Nicky
this.
Holtzkin.
Yeah. And he was like, watch this. And he like lit him up. And he's like, just follow that routine. Because
or it was Valtellini. It might have been Valtellini.
Yeah, I think it was Valtellini.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he showed me the tape, and I was just watching it. I was just rewatching it, just the pressure he gave and everything like that. And I just wanted to mimic that because he's like, yeah, I had a karate style guy, but Wonder Boy's different, man. His kicks are a lot snappier than you think. His spinning kick is a lot snappier than you think. His angles are a lot different. So he said, don't try to overthink mimicking him. Just stick with what you got and
was he the most puzzling guy that you fought?
Yeah, I think so. I never even wanted that fight. I was telling my manager, I was like, bro, give me Chimaev. I was like, because also just that Wonder Boy is a guy you can't hate. Like, I always love watching Wonder Boy fight. He's the nicest guy in the world.
The nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, and you got to find a reason to hit him and dislike him. And just like his highlight reel. And I'm looking at it, and like I said, I was in 2 camps watching these guys, and they're telling me, like, he's nothing like these other guys. His, like, kicks are snappier. It hurts so much, and you're seeing him, and I'm like, man, I do not want to be on his highlight reel. I do not want to get hit with a spinning heel kick. And he was coming off of a loss, and I feel like guys coming off of one loss, their mentality is different. They're that much hungrier where they want to get it right back.
I was so impressed with him in Kevin Holland fight. That Kevin Holland fight was amazing.
Yeah, but mentality, like I said, Kevin Holland, I'm like, bro, you took him to the ground.
Right.
Why are you going to stand up for it? Ego.
They made an agreement, apparently, to not go to the ground. Like, Kevin, you're a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and you're like in the top 10 of the division. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, you really could be a contender, a top contender.
Literally, and beating a guy like Wonder Boy, that name value right there. The UFC already wants to push you. You have a good push behind you with Holland. So I'm like, you beat Wonder Boy, you could probably be right there in the next line for the title shot.
Actually, I don't know if he's top 10 at welterweight. Like, but the fight was supposedly scheduled at. That was a welterweight fight, right?
Yeah, that was a welterweight. But Wonder Boy was ranked top 10, so he would probably took his number if he beat him.
Yeah. That fight was crazy because I just couldn't imagine why he wouldn't want to vary his approach when you're fighting with a 57-0 kickboxer.
Bro, I had so many people messaging me after my fight with him, like, bro, all you did was hump him. All you did was like, bro, he's 57-0 kickboxer.
Yeah.
And then after
Good
the fight,
job.
they're like, he's old, he's this. And I'm like, whoa, look, he beat Holland in striking. So I guess he's still got some fight left in him, huh?
Yeah,
like,
he's
not
old.
done.
He's not that old.
And he doesn't take a lot of damage himself. He's been knocked out once by Anthony Pettis, but that was it.
Well, he got dropped really bad by Woodley. Tyron hurt him bad, and that's the way you have to fight him. If you're a guy like Tyron, like everybody's like that fight was boring. Like, yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
You have to fight him smart. You can't just charge at that dude. You're crazy. He's so good at countering, and he moves like a snake. Like he moves back and forth like a snake, the way he pops back and then pops back in.
When he's beating guys like Luque and he's beating Jeff Neal, and he's like making them look like amateurs. Because they all wanted to play that, I'm going to strike with you. I'm going to strike with you, doing that game. And you can't beat him at that game.
That karate stance is so different. Everything, his movement.
Yeah.
I mean, his sideways stance and then attacking you with that front leg, everything's different.
It's like so sophisticated. Like we can hit you with this and he'll bring it over the top. And he like, when I first came out, he threw one spinning heel kick at me. I was like, all right, I'm shooting. I'm not I'm not going to play this game. I'm like, and then when I took him down, they just started giving me building the confidence. So like, all right, well, my wrestling is up there. Where people beforehand were like, Johnny Hendricks couldn't take him down. Johnny Hendricks, the national champion. Woodley couldn't take him down. And I was like,
Johnny Hendricks, when he fought Wonder Boy, was on the slide.
Yeah.
Like, there was a big slide with Johnny Hendricks. It was Johnny Hendricks versus GSP, who was a motherfucker. There was the Johnny Hendricks that knocked out John Fitch and Martin Campman. Like, that Johnny Hendricks was a bad motherfucker. He was a beast. But by the time Johnny Hendricks got to like Paulo Costa, that Johnny Hendricks was done.
Yeah.
He was done. I don't know what was going on in his personal life. I don't know how hard he was training. I don't know if USADA got to him. I don't know what happened, but he was not the same guy.
Yeah, he's one of the main guys where that USADA comes in and you're like,
do you remember he used to
just fall off that much?
Knock guys senseless?
Yeah.
They would go flying.
He
would crack guys. Like with Fitch, he cracked him and Fitch goes flying. Everybody goes flying. And then all of a sudden the power goes away. It was wild.
Yeah, and then you're thinking back to the GSP fight where it's like, how could somebody be that good?
Right.
And like somebody who almost beat the GOAT, who a lot of people consider the GOAT, and all of a sudden you fall off that much. And it's only like 2 years, 3 years later.
Right, real close to beating him.
Yeah.
Like maybe you could have given it to him. Like that wouldn't have been the most egregious decision.
Yeah. Yeah, Crosby would have for sure gave it to him.
Who knows? He might have given George every round. Who fucking knows? Yeah, man, there's some bad judging, right? There's some of those fights where like, what in the fuck are you guys watching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking back to the Patty fight, I'm like, I'm getting tagged in all the videos with you, and we're looking at each other.
We're both looking at each other. I said to you right before I go, he got it. I go, Jared got him.
Yeah.
And we both agreed. And then I looked at you like, what the fuck? That didn't make any sense. I thought it was 2-1.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'm rewatching it. I'm like, I'll go back and I'll rewatch it, and I'm sitting there like, I still give it to Jared, and it's like no bias involved. Obviously, there may be, but I'm like.
But just objectively.
The stats.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at the stats. He outstruck him 21 to like 16 in the first round, and he took him down, and all the judges gave still the first round to Patty. And I'm like,
it didn't make any sense. And he caught him clean with that left hook. He was landing that left hook on a regular basis.
All day.
Very clean. Yeah, he got fucked, and that's unfortunate. You know, I don't like when someone gets by just because they're famous and they have this big personality and everybody loves them. The problem with that is people are going to be rooting against him now in the next fight. And so now he's going to go in there against someone, and maybe he's going to go in against someone who's on another level, like one more level up, and he's going to be in trouble.